Good morning. It is Wednesday morning. Welcome to Reflection for today. Today we're going to be talking about Isaiah 43:18. Do not call to mind the former things or ponder things of the past. Sometimes there's things in the past that were negative in our lives, and we do tend as people to focus on those and hold on to those things, and it wears us down. It holds us down. It keeps us from experiencing the fullness of God's grace and going from uh, grace to grace and glory to glory. And we get stuck sometimes, and it really does captivate our minds and really keeps us down, um, rather than focusing on the good things. Um, and it's okay to think about the good things. It's okay to think about the bad things sometimes. Um, we might be able to recall something to share with somebody else, whether it's to bless them by helping them and edify them, to show them that you've been through some things too. It's okay to think about the good things because they should bring us joy and show us that God has given us good things in our lives. Um, and so, I encourage you to think about, what do you think about when you think of the past? Um, it says in Romans 14:19, so then let us pursue what leads to peace and to mutual edification. And, if the past weighs us down, it's not good. Even Ecclesiastes 11:10, Solomon said, so banish sorrow from your heart. Cast off pain from your body, for youth and vigor are fleeting. Um, we grow, we get older, and we're going to have different kinds of experiences. Um, but there's another aspect to this too that I see today, and it's in 1 Timothy 2:22, which says, now flee from youthful lusts. Pursue righteousness, faith, love, peace with those who call on the Lord from a pure heart. And when he says to flee youthful lust, what happens is, and I see this a lot, grown men are playing video games more and more. I see, adults are acting more and more like children, to the point that, when I was in college studying clinical social work and counseling, this was not even 20 years ago. And, the normal age of adulthood where the people were moving out and getting out on their own then was 25. I saw a recent statistic that said it's like 30 now. People are not maturing like they did. And I hear a lot of people talking about, the forefathers in the beginning of the country. We just celebrated 4th of July. And, the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence. People were having a lot of discussions, different kinds, and I'm not going to go into all that. But, it's hard for people today to think about that. Because back in those days, people married young. They went to war young. People were expected to be mature, and they were going off to work. They were starting families. They were doing everything at a much younger age. One of my shows that I like to watch is Little House on the Prairie. And you saw, the girls got married much younger then. And they started families, and the men began their family and young. And so, to try to hold today's adults even to such a standard is difficult, because we're just not there anymore. So, he's encouraging us here to put the things that, children enjoy behind us. We have to grow and mature, and think about things in a responsible and grown up fashion. But people are not growing up anymore. it's sad. You know, my dad taught me, and I'm not going to say that everything was perfect growing up, you know, with mom leaving the family and everything. And really, we weren't taught, you know, how to fill out a job resume or how to go off to work and things like that. You know, what we have to do as adults, I've had to kind of figure a lot of that out on my own, but my dad always did instill the golden rule and, you know, maintaining good character. He at least taught me to be a decent, responsible, productive human being. Um, and to always, you know, surround myself with good people because they'll pull me up before, or, yeah, otherwise the wrong people will pull me down before I pull them up, is what he would say. So, yeah, you know, I mean, it's not necessarily that's a bad thing to look on your past. It's not necessarily a bad thing to have things from your past, you know, collection items that, you know, you just don't see anymore from your childhood. You know, you can think back and share it with your children or other people, even just say, man, you remember that? You remember this toy or whatever. But, you know, we got to leave childhood back there. And when we become adults, we got to now think on new things. We got to do grown up things. We have to act like role models for children, not partake of the things that they do and become like them and surround ourselves with them doing what they do. We have to show them the way. And so I would encourage you, leave a comment. Do you find that you think more about negative things, and does that hold you down? Does it keep you from going forward and pursuing righteousness and peace? Or do you think more on the good things that do instill that peace and joy? Thinking back and what a great time. You know, my dad would take us on camping trips. Old Forge would go to like Enchanted Forest, which was all like nursery rhyme stuff set up, and you go on a trail and there's rides and food. But, you know, we did things. He would take us to the Grand Canyon, and that was one of my favorite spots. And when we lived in Arizona, and Lowell Observatory, it was a telescope you walk into and you can look. It's really cool. And, you know, there were good things. He would take me to Herkimer home and show me, like, General Herkimer and colonial living and things. I mean, I really liked doing all that kind of stuff. And that brings me a lot of joy. It would be easy to think about the negative things. But, you know, I have put that in lyrics. I write my autobiography in my songs. But I generally try to focus on the good things. When I'm told people I'm nostalgic to a point, it's because I'm thinking of those good things. I like to think back on the positives. So let me know what you guys tend to do. And do you think about the past? Or did you leave it there and now you're doing today and looking to tomorrow? Or do you think on things? And if you think on things, do you tend towards the negative or the positive? Let me know. And if you haven't so far done so, please subscribe to this page. Click like on any videos you like and share them. And I hope you enjoyed this reflection for today, and we'll be back tomorrow with a new one. God bless you guys. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.